Ford.
What is it?
Ford.
Oh, my blue.
Wait, let's not touch that, please. Thank you. Charles, sit down, please. Okay. Hi, Colin. Welcome back. Hi, Finn. Let's do some checking off on our schedule here. Music was fun. Let's check off snack and recess. We're going to check off music. Next on our schedule, we have social studies, and then library, and then math, and then story time. That's the rest of our day. Social studies, library, math, and story time. All right, everybody. Hey, Finn. Hi, Aya. So we started learning about a new continent last week. Y'all remember we started learning about the biggest of all 7 continents. We started learning about Asia. And we learned a little bit about one country in Asia, the country of Japan. It's an island, has a really big mountain called Mount Fuji on there, in Japan. And we learned about the cherry blossom trees, right? In Japan, and they have festivals for cherry blossom trees. We even made a cherry blossom tree that was so pretty. Okay, this week we're gonna learn about a new country in China, new to us learning, or in Asia, new to us learning about it anyway. And it's the country of China. China is in Asia too. And we're gonna do China this week because on Friday is Chinese New Year. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen. We're gonna read a book about China. Hi, Catherine. We're just starting social studies, Catherine. We're gonna read a book about China. China is a country in Asia, and that's the continent we're learning about. Okay, so it says, welcome to China. Ni hao. That means hello in Chinese. China is the 4th largest country in the world, and about 1.4 billion people live in China. Whoa. China has many large cities. The largest city in China is Beijing. It's also the country's capital. There's a lot of old places and temples in Beijing.
Has one of them missing jail?
What's that, Catherine?
Carmen San Diego has one of them missing jail.
Does she? I used to love watching Carmen San Diego when I was a kid.
I love her too.
Ooh, Charles likes it too, yeah? Cool. Okay, let's keep on reading. Ooh, China is home to the Great Wall. It was built more than 2,000 years ago. China's emperor built it. And why did they build the Great Wall? To keep out armies from the north. Oh, cool, Catherine. So they built the Great Wall of China more than 2,000 years ago to keep out their enemies. China has many tall mountains. It also has thick forests. The middle of the country has plains or fields and valleys, and most people farm there. China has big rivers. The longest river is the Yangtze, and the area around the river is full of gorges, beautiful gorges. And Mount Everest is the tallest mountain in the world. The south side of the mountain is in Nepal, and some of the mountain is in China. China is home to many different kinds of animals. Probably the most famous is the giant panda. Wild giant pandas live only in China, and they eat bamboo in China's bamboo forests. And that's bamboo, that's the plant right there that the panda is holding on to. Other animals that live in China are the golden snub-nosed monkey and the red panda. There's Chinese alligators and Chinese white dolphins live in the ocean. And people have lived in China for thousands of years. For a long time, the country was ruled by royal families called dynasties, and emperors were leaders, and they lived in the Forbidden City. 1 million workers built the Forbidden City, and it took 14 years to build. And no regular people were allowed inside. It was only the royals. And it was surrounded by a moat and a high wall. Now the Forbidden City, they turned it into a museum. And there it is, right there. I'm gonna keep going. So China's people work hard China makes more products than any other country in the world, like iron, steel, toys, electronics, clothes. China exports these products to other countries. And many people have service jobs. Others work in farms. And Chinese farms produce rice, wheat, potatoes, soybeans, and tea. Chinese people celebrate many holidays. The biggest holiday is Chinese New Year, and that's this Friday. Families celebrate together. They go to parades. They eat special foods like dumplings. And family is very important to the Chinese culture. Grandparents help care for children. Sons take care of their parents when they get older. And China is filled with people who work hard and enjoy life. And then let's keep reading. Oh, and then it can show you a picture of China. There's some rice and chopsticks. And I think we're all done. I'm going to try we might not have time to finish this one before Miss Eccles gets here, but here's another book about China. China is a big country in Asia. It has more people than any other country. More than 1 billion people live in China. So here's all of our continents. North America, that's where we live. South America, Antarctica, Africa, Europe, Australia. Here's Asia. And there's China in yellow. That's the country, China in Asia. Asia is big. There are different types of land in China. China has tall mountains, flat plains, and rivers. The Yangtze, there's the river right there called the Yangtze. Let's see, farmers grow food on plains and terraces. Terraces are like the fields, the flat fields that are cut into hills right there. And rice is China's main crop. Many Chinese people live in Beijing. That's the capital city of China. Beijing has many tall buildings, and it's the second largest city in the country. Many languages are spoken in China. Most people speak Mandarin. And this is how you say hello in Mandarin, ni hao. And then let's see, xia xia. Xia xia is how you say thank you in Mandarin. That's the language that most people speak in China. And then Chinese writing uses special symbols. I'm not sure, it didn't say. Wheeler, we can look it up later though. Each symbol stands for a word. Like this symbol right here means girl. And this symbol right here means boy. And it says ancient Chinese is written in columns. The symbols are called characters. Many inventions come from China. Long ago, clocks were invented there. Toilet paper and fireworks come from China too. And noodles were invented in China 4,000 years ago. Oh, super cool. I'll leave this up and maybe we'll have time to finish it during story time. Hi, Miss Eccles.
Yesterday I had sushi and now this is popsicles. I had popsicles too yesterday.
Really? Sure. Yeah, that'll work. Oh, Miss Eccles is going to finish this book for us. That's so nice because I'm going to share my screen again. Thank you, Miss Eccles. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to check off social studies. Next on our schedule is library.
We do. We have a book to read. It is a folk tale, so a very old Chinese story that tells about a race. And this race determined which animals are going to be part of the Chinese zodiac. So we're going to learn about that today after we finish your book.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay.
So friends, can anybody catch me up on this book? What have we learned so far before I jump in?
There's symbols. And then Chinese culture.
Yes. So there are symbols in Chinese cultures, and maybe why is Miss Mandarin reading this book right now? What's about to happen? What important holidays? Chinese New Year. Does anybody know what day it starts? Friday, that's right. Friday, February 16th. Oh, I love it. It's on your calendar. Oh, and quick question, Miss Andrew, are most people in here born in 2015 or 2016?
Oh gosh, let's see. 2015.
2015, if they're before September,
Yeah.
They're gonna try to help them find
2015.
their year
Yeah, so 2015 or 2016.
for 2016. Okay. And the cutoff is September, I think. We'll do
Yeah.
Okay, so I was just asking Ms. Vandroni a quick question. So it looks right here we're learning about food. So people in China eat many different kinds of food. Dumplings are very popular. Do any of my friends
Dumplings are all mine. I love dumplings.
Yes, Catherine and
Soup dumplings.
love
I
them.
love soup dumplings.
Amazing. All right. They are dough stuffed with vegetables or meat. Now, right here, it says Chinese people often use these to eat their food without shouting out. Raise your hand. What does it look like they use?
Chopsticks. I cannot use them.
Chopsticks.
There's a kid tail that's green and it's connected.
Raise your hand when you have something to add, just so that we're not talking over people who are in the classroom too, or we're not also talking over you. Because if you raise your hand, then I can call on you and we can all listen. Yes, Harrison.
My mom uses chopsticks.
Your mom uses chopsticks?
My mom too.
Yes.
I don't like.
I use chopsticks when I eat.
What?
I
use
do.
chopsticks sometimes when I eat
Mhm.
for a meal.
Charles says sometimes he does.
Sometimes me too.
Yeah, and so sometimes Harrison does too. All right, let's keep going with this book.
Four. No.
All right, lots of holidays are celebrated in China. One of these holidays is the Chinese New Year. People dance with big paper dragons. Children carry red lanterns and they march in a, what do you call it when everybody's on the street marching in the same direction? We call that a parade. And one color especially is very lucky in China. Which color? Red, that's right. Why? That's a great question. I would have to look that up to know exactly why red is. There might be a story or a folk tale. What do you think? Ford suggests maybe it's the most popular color. Maybe.
Well, people will let him play.
They do.
I think people also live on.
So this is a huge ancient wall in China. Ancient means really, really new or really, really old. Old, very old. It stretches for thousands of miles. It was built to keep out enemies. Millions of people visit the Great Wall each year. They come from all over the world. Now here, this is really cool. The fastest what in the whole world is in China? The fastest train. This is called, or it's the Shanghai Maglev train. The train uses super, super strong something to float above its track. Magnet. Now, friends, are we ready to hear how fast this train can go? Without shouting out, does anybody want to share a guess? How fast? Okay, we got a 300.
100 hours.
Whoa, that's like super fast. Any other guesses? All right, Wheeler, I love the way you raised your hand. 4,100,000 miles per hour. Okay, friends, I will tell you, it is over 300 miles per hour. That is so fast.
283?
Just, 483 kilometers per hour. Kilometer is a shorter distance than a mile. So it's 300 miles per hour. We usually use miles to measure distance in the United States. But just for example, that is 3 times faster than you would ever go in a car. Over 3 times faster.
No, G. No.
Ooh.
Oh, they could go even faster? Woof! Okay, so not quite 3 times faster than a Range Rover. So I'll continue with the book. What else is special about China? It's the only place where giant, what kind of bears live in the wild? Pandas. These big animals are loved by Chinese people. I would also say that many people all around the world love these animals too. Pandas eat a type of grass called bamboo. They are very cute, Catherine. All right, that is the end of this story, but a few fun facts.
How many people live there?
Oh, I was about to tell you.
Look at
The
this.
capital city of China is Beijing. The population of China, so this is the answer to Ford's question, how many people actually live there, is more than 1.35 billion. The main language that they speak there is Mandarin, and the story that I'm going to read you actually has the Mandarin letters and characters in the book, so I think you'll think that's pretty cool. And their money is called yuan. So they don't have dollars there, they have yuan. And neighboring countries are Russia, Vietnam, India, and Mongolia. Now, fun fact right here in the book, last thing in this book before we move on and maybe do a little stretch break and move on to our next book. Here's a cool fact. The most popular hobby in China is collecting these. Does anybody know what this is?
My grandfather does that, and he is also a guy who studies the dolls too.
These are, you collect these and you use these little stickers when you want to mail an envelope, but you don't call them stickers. Stamps, yeah, the most popular hobby, and according to this book in China, is stamp collecting. I did not know that. All right, friends. Thank you for letting me jump in and finish that book for you all. We are going to do do we need a stretch break or we want to go right into the story?
Wait.
Ooh, good question. Are there any fiction? So this one is going to be kind of fiction because it's a very old made-up story that explains where the animals and the Lunar New Year came from. So I'll show you one thing in this book before I do that one, because I'm not sure if it was in a book you read earlier. When they are celebrating the Chinese New Year, they're also celebrating the end of one animal's year and the beginning of the next animal's year. So this is called the Chinese zodiac. There are 12 animals in the Chinese calendar. Each New Year is named after one of these animals. The animals of the Chinese calendar are the dragon, the horse, the sheep, the monkey, the rooster, the dog, the pig, the rat, ox, tiger, and rabbit. But after I read that list of which animals are in the Chinese zodiac, you're probably wondering why these animals and not other animals, right? Why not pandas? There is a very old folk tale, so a made-up story that has been passed down for centuries amongst Chinese people that explains why. So I'm going to read that story or a version of that story to you all. Then I'm going to give you
I know that
coloring
one
page.
who wins the race. I know that one.
The animals of the Chinese zodiac. And I did mail this for home learners, so if you all have it after the story, we'll color this and work with this. But if you don't, you can just follow along with what
Which
we're doing
one is
here.
May 17th? That's my book.
May 17th, we'll talk about it after the story. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to meet our authors and then we're going to read our book.
Spell everything.
I love the way we're waiting so patiently.
Spell everything.
Right. We should be screen sharing in just a second. There we go. There it is.
And bing.
All right. So first off, we are going to be reading this book, The Great Race. And I'm going to go ahead and put it in mute. Remember, Colin, if you've got something you want to share with us, you can raise your hand and I can call on you. So the authors of our book, the people who wrote the words of the story, their names are Ling and Eric Lee. And you can see right here, I love that this is their picture that was on their website. Are you okay? Okay, good. Make sure all four corners are down so we don't fall. I'm so glad you're okay though, Ford. So these are the authors. They wrote the words of our story. And one of the reasons they were inspired to rewrite this story is because their parents grew up in China, but then their parents moved to the United States. And when they moved to the United States, life was really, really different because the holidays were different, the languages were different, how people lived and got to work and what they ate was all very different. And so they really loved learning about their homeland and where they came from their parents. But they noticed that when they had a kid, you see their kid right here? There weren't enough books out and available for kids who wanted to read stories written in Mandarin, so in Chinese, but also in English, so they could learn those languages. So they decided, since they were teachers, they could also start writing books. So they got a new job. What do we call people who write books? Authors. They became authors of bilingual stories. Now, when you see the letters B-I in front of a word, it's telling you a clue. It's telling you two. So for example, when we hear bicycle, how many wheels are in a bicycle? Two. If we hear the word bi and lingual, lingual means language, we can expect this book to be written in one or two languages. Two languages, exactly. So this story is going to have the Mandarin characters as well as the English letters. And that's so that kids can learn how to write in other languages and be connected to stories from other parts of the world. All right, so this is the Great Race, the story of the Chinese zodiac. And remember, zodiac is their calendar. It's how they keep track of years. And they keep track of years by naming them after animals.
And it goes over and over.
Yeah. So our book was written by Ling and Eric Lee and illustrated by Rachel Fu. It looks like their illustrator drew a picture of them again too. Their puppy is really cute, isn't he?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So long ago, the Jade Emperor, an emperor is kind of another word for king or ruler, right? Created an easy way to count the years. He called it the Chinese zodiac. He invited all the animals of the kingdom to come for a race. The first 12 animals to finish the race would become part of the zodiac or part of this calendar. You can see they're all there ready to compete.
And there's not going to be a pig.
At that time, the cat and the rat were best friends. So on the night before the race, the cat said, "Let's go early tomorrow. Don't forget to wake me up." Because obviously before a big race, right, you need a good night's sleep. And the rat said, "Okay." So we agreed. The next day, and we can see right here, the sun's rising, but the moon's still there. So is it very early in the morning or very late? Early, very early in the morning. The rat got up while it was still dark, but look, he didn't wake up the cat. He left for the race all by himself. Wheeler says, why? Does anybody have a guess? Why do you think the rat left all by himself? Adeline's raising her hand.
Because he forgot.
Ooh, she says maybe the rat forgot to wake the cat up. Okay, that's one idea. What do you think, Charles?
The rat tripped the cat now.
Say that again.
The rat tripped.
Ooh, so Charles thinks that the rat maybe is doing it on purpose. He's tricking the cat. Here's a suggestion. What do you think, Wheeler?
I think it's because the rat was trying to win the race. He would be in the cabin.
Oh, Wheeler says the rat might be trying to win the race so he can be in the calendar for sure. Catherine's raising her hand. She's got a suggestion, and Vina's got a suggestion. And then we're gonna.
It's the water that's in the bottle.
Oh, say that again, please.
Maybe in the bottle.
Oh, we're in water. Okay. Vina? Oh, okay. So Vina says maybe the rat just needed to do some early chores and he didn't want to disturb the cat and wake him up too early, right? Okay. So we're going to read the book. I'm not going to tell you the answer. The book's going to tell you the answer. We're going to keep reading, but I love the predictions and suggestions that you all shared with me. Okay, one more from Harrison, then we're going to move on.
I think sometimes the cat isn't going to be friends with him because
So Harrison guesses maybe the cat won't be friends with the rat anymore after this. All right, let's find out. So the rat arrived at the race and got all the way to the last thing before the finish line, which is a big river. But he didn't know how to swim. When a kind ox arrived, he let the rat stand on his back and they crossed the river together.
that was nice.
Yeah, Wheeler says that was nice. Just before they crossed the finish line, the rat jumped ahead and he won first place. The ox finished second, but he didn't complain. That tells us something about the rock's character, about his personality, right?
And if they both did it, then 12 more would come, 11 more would come, and there'll be 14 instead of 12.
But the emperor said that there could only be 12. Only 12. So next in line came the tiger. He was third to arrive. He didn't run as fast as usual because his fur got too wet and heavy in the water. And you can see it looks like swimming makes him a little bit grumpy, right? Then he got third place. Next came the rabbit. She was fourth, hopping across the stones to cross the river. The dragon came in fifth place. He could have flown over the river and won the race, but he stopped to help some villagers put out a fire. Aww. Someone said something earlier. They were saying that was nice. What do you think about that? This was nice. That also tells us a bit about what type of dragon he might be.
Helpful.
A helpful dragon? But what do you use to put out fire? What do you think, Charles?
Water dragon. So then he can just push it. I think he's water dragon so he can be happy. A water dragon.
Uh-oh.
Water
Charles has another theory. Wheeler's saying he's probably a water dragon, which yes, because we know that water can put out fire. Charles's theory is maybe he started the fire so that he could be the hero for stopping the fire.
Yeah.
The book doesn't answer that question, so I'm not sure about that one. We'll keep going though. So the dragon, of course, came in fifth place. Next came the horse. But just as he crossed the river, he saw a snake. And he got a little bit, you can tell in the picture, right? A little bit scared. Wasn't too sure about that. The horse lifted his legs, which meant the snake could slither under him and get sixth place. While the horse came in seventh place. Behind them were the goat, the monkey, and the rooster, and none of them could swim. Luckily, a piece of wood floated by the river. The goat, the monkey, and the rooster sat together on the wood, and they crossed the river. And what I think is kind of nice about, or cute about this part is, are they working just for themselves, or are they working as a team? Yeah, they're working as a team. The monkey and the rooster, notice what's happening right here. Are they rushing to get ahead? No, they decided to let the goat have 8th place because he was so friendly. Then the monkey took 9th place and the rooster took 10th place.
There's only 2 more.
That's right. So we've got 10 out of our 12 animals in the zodiac. There are only 2 more spots.
Next came the dog. He was a great swimmer, but he was playing in the water so long that he finished in 11th place. Which I think is so cute. He's having so much fun swimming, he's not in a rush. So last came the pig. And even though he was fast, he got a little, what does it look like on the way? He got a little apple, so he got a little hungry, decided to have a little snack. Then after the snack, he decided to have a nap. And so he got 12th place. Now, which animal have we not seen? The cat. Uh-oh, what's going to happen? So here we are. The 12 animals of the zodiac had been decided. Now zoom in here so you can see the Mandarin characters right here that tell us these words. And then above, this is called pinyin, and these are the characters done in the alphabet letters that we would recognize here in the United States, but they are the Chinese words. So the mouse, as the sun started to set, had been a big day, went back, and he started dancing in front of the cat. And he woke up the cat with all of his joy. The cat asked, "Oh, is it time to go?" Is it? No. The mouse said, "The zodiac animals have already been decided, and I won."
What do you think the cat feels about that?
What do you think the cat? Ford asks, what do you think the cat feels about that? Mad. So the cat was very angry and he ran towards the rat. The rat got scared and ran away. And to this day, the cat and the rat are no longer friends. No longer friends.
I knew it.
And here are, again, the Mandarin characters and the words and pictures of each of the 12 animals of the Chinese zodiac. This, where, is the cat part of the zodiac? No, he never ran the race because the rat didn't wake him up and he didn't wake up on his own. So that's kind of a sad part about why the cat is not part of the race. But this is the story that explains why. If there were 13, we could hope that the cat would have made it. So right here, we'll look at one more page and then I'm going to give you your coloring page. You can see that the year that you were born in decides which Chinese zodiac animal is yours. So,
Well, I'm a goat. Me and my brother are ghosts.
you and your brother are ghosts? So this year that is coming up right now is actually going to be the year of the ox. So to remind you what the 12 animals of the Chinese zodiac are, I'm going to give you this coloring page. But this coloring page has some cool things on it that can help you figure out which year belongs to which animal. So notice right here in the circle, we can see the different years. 2021, the year that we're in now, is the year of the what? It's not the cat. They call him actually the ox. It's the year of the ox. So there is a question underneath that says 2021 is the year of the ox, and you would write an ox. Now underneath it, it says which year were you born in? Do we know what year we were born in?
2015.
Okay, if you are 2015, can you all see which animals is your Chinese animal? Yep, the sheep.
I don't know what
If you were born, I can look at the birthday
I don't know
chart.
what year I'm born in.
I can look at the birthday chart and help you all. So what I'm going to do for now is pass these out so we can color. And so we can start coloring.
Oh, Miss Eccles. Miss Eccles. Miss Eccles. Miss Eccles. Miss Eccles. Miss Eccles. Miss Eccles?
Oh, hold on. Yes.
I didn't have the coloring page.
Oh, the coloring page, I sent it to your families in Jupiter, so they have it in their email so they can print it out. All right. If you were born, let's see, after February,
I
2020, maybe 2016.
I
Was born February 2016. So here's the year sheet.
I was born in February. I am March.
I don't know why you figure out birthdays and years. I know.
Well,
And then Ellie's 2015.
Miss Eccles. I was right. Actually, the whole Eccles. This is when I was born. The 25th.
All right, so you are
A sheep.
a sheep. Let's circle it.
I am Valentine's Day.
Then you would be sheep.
I'm gonna be a sheep.
And then Adeline is sheep.
I'm a sheep. Amaka fighting for me.
And then Charles is sheep. So is Harrison. Okay. Bina, you're the only. No, Bina would be too. You were 2015. We're all sheep. Yeah. Okay, so friends.
No, Bina's 6, you are 5.
If you want to answer the questions on the bottom of the coloring page, look up at the screen. I will write the answer. So 2021, when we look at our coloring page, oh, it's not sharing.
No, I was 2021.
That's the year we're in now.
I think I was born. Were you 2016? No, you were 2016.
All right, so underneath, the first thing you're gonna write, we're in the year of the ox. So write OX. And it looks like most of us are born in the year 2015. So we would write a 2, a 0, a 1, and a 5. So if you got a pencil, you can write down what's your zodiac animal so you'll remember for later. Then it looks like most of us are sheep. So what letter makes that sound? S. S. H.
I'm just blowing it.
E. 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 Sheep. You're a sheep.
What year were you born in?
What year? I was born in 1986. So I believe that my animal
How
is
old are you?
the tiger. Now, typically, you wouldn't ask an adult. Some people would say it's not good to ask an adult how old they are. But since we're talking about birthdays, I don't mind telling you that I am 34 years old.
My dad's older than you. He's 46.
Oh, okay.
My dad was born in 19. Well, my dad is 50.
Oh, okay.
I think my dad is close to 50.
All right. So friends at home, do we have our coloring pages? We might or might not. It's okay if you don't, but if you want to remember these animals or print it out later, you can always print it out. And they're pretty tiny, but it's fun to color them, especially. Uh-huh. Last but not least, part of the legend, and I'll share this with you all, is that people born in the year have some of the same character traits or things that are like the animal from this year. So you can tell me if you agree, since I think most of us are year of the sheep. It says for year of the sheep, or the goat. Oh, it says that people born in this year are kind. I think that's true of kindergarten. Gentle.
Miss Eccles? I'm definitely not kind.
We are kind. Yes, Aya?
Me neither. I got the coloring page.
Yay! All right, I'll show you the answers.
See, I'm not kind into watch this.
So 2021, we can see on that page is the year of the ox. So that's why I have OX.
So anybody that was born this year, is what personality?
Well, it's not
not entirely true. That's just what the legend says. You might be calm and gentle. Because remember in the story how the goat or the sheep was really kind? So the rooster and the monkey were like, please go ahead. You are so kind. We want you.
Well, you can actually watch what you were born in.
Mm-hmm. So those are the answers. But friends, I do think it's 11:45, so I've got to turn things over to Miss Vangerandy. I was back on Wednesday with a Valentine's story.
I'm the horse.
Oh, there's a horse. Amazing. So I'm going to take this
I'm the
off the
goat.
screen.
My dad's the rat. My mom's a lion.
Oh, no, I need to go. Miss Eccles is behind. Oh, my.
Mr. Martel, come
All right, friends, thank you all. I will see you next time. Thank you for listening and being here. Bye, everybody. You did a great job today. Oh, I think y'all are very kind. Okay, everybody. Let's do some checking off on the schedule here. All right, thank you, Ms. Eccles. See you later. All right, let's see here. We are going to check off library. Next on our schedule, we have math and then story time. So we're going to do some math now. I want to review what we did last week in math, because we're still going to do a little bit of that today, and then we're going to start something new, okay? So for this part, you can either get out your blocks and do this with me, or you can watch, okay? For this part, you can either get out your blocks and do this with me, or you can watch me, okay? It's up to you. Now for the next part, you will definitely need to get out your blocks. But for this part, you can just watch me if you want to. Yes. Okay, thanks, sweetie. You can make sure you wash your hands really well. Okay. All right. We're going to start out with kind of an easy one. If I have 2 blocks and 2 more blocks, then I want to know how many blocks we have all together. I can write 2 and one of our sight words, A-N-D, 2 and 2, make. This is the word wait, make. Well, yeah, how many do I have all together? 2 and 2 make. How many all together? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 4. So our answer is 4. 2 and 2 make 4. So we did this last week. We're just doing a little review. I'm going to erase my numbers. We're going to do one more of these before we do something new. Okay, now I have 4. Here's 4 blue blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 and how many red blocks? 2 make. Well, I want to know how many are all together. 4 and 2 make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I would write a 6. 4 and 2 make 6. All right, that was just a little quick review. Now we're going to do something new. I'm going to pass out this to you. And this is called a number bond. That is a number bond. So kids at home, you'll need a piece of paper that looks like this. If your grown-ups forgot to print this, that's okay. You can always just draw your own number bond. Look how easy it is to draw your own number bond. A circle and a circle. A circle down here kind of looks like a face. And then you just connect the lines. You can always draw your own, okay? But if you have this piece of paper, go ahead and get it out. All right, my class helper, Dina, will you pass one out to everybody? Okay, now everybody, you will need your number bond piece of paper. You will need blocks and you will need a pencil. You will need your number bond piece of paper. You will need blocks and you will need a pencil.
How many blocks?
Oh, you need maybe about 5, maybe 7, anywhere 5 to 10 blocks. Good, Elliot's getting his blocks out. Now you can always use bear counters to count. You can use anything you want to count. I'm using blocks.
I want to do it.
You can use anything you'd like to count.
Do you know any number one from Lana?
You can. Okay, Vina, I think Fords and Elliot are still waiting on theirs. So's Charles.
I don't want to use something.
Okay. Do we need one more? Here you go. Thank you, Vina. All right, everybody, let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to be working with number bonds this week, maybe even next week too. Number bonds are pretty cool because each circle stands for something. This is a part, whole. So you know our sentence of when we were doing 2 and 2 make, this is a way to represent that, to show that, except you don't have to do any writing. You don't have to write and, you don't have to write make, you don't have to write words. Let me show you how to do a number bond. We're going to start with the easiest one possible, okay? Super easy one just to get started. We're going to be working with this first number bond, okay? So I want you to put one of something in the first circle and one of something in the next circle. Do you see how these two lines go down to this circle? It's like you're combining. It's like you're joining these two things in that circle. Look. So it's like 1 and 1 make 2. Look at that, we combined them. 1 red block and 1 blue block makes 2 blocks. It makes 2 blocks. So if I were gonna write that, now we're gonna need your pencil. Good job, Harrison. If I were gonna write that, well, this is 1 block in that circle. Write a number 1 there. This is 1 block in this circle. Well, what is 1 and 1? How many? Let's see. 1, 2. We write a 2 in that number bond. So if you take the blocks away, this number bond says 1 and 1 make 2. 1 and 1 make 2.
Do you have to do that? Or
Yes, you do. Okay, let's try another one. Now I'm gonna do, let's see, I'm gonna put 3 red blocks in that circle. And I'm gonna put 3 blue blocks. You can use any colors you want, it doesn't matter. And I'm gonna put 2 blocks in this circle. I have 3 and 2. What do 3 and 2 make? What would that be all together? 3 and 2 make, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna write a 5 right there. 3 and 2 make 5. Let's see, I'm gonna take my blocks away
I did it.
and just do the writing. This is 3 blocks and 2 more blocks. 5 blocks all together.
You have to do that right.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do some more. Let's do 2 blue blocks and 2 red blocks. 2 and 2 make 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, now we have 4 blocks all together. So this number bond says 2 and 2 make 4. 2 and 2 make 4. So we have 2 blocks here plus 2 blocks here, make 4 altogether. Let's see, I'm going to take my blocks away and do my writing now. 2 and 2 make 4. Okay, let's do one more. One last one. Now, let's do a big number. Let's do 4 blocks in that circle and 1 block in this circle. Let's see. Yeah, I've got 4 and 1 make, how many all together? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So we have 4 blue blocks, and we've got one red block. How many is that all together? We counted them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 4 and 1 make 5. 4 and 1 make 5. Yeah, so number bonds are really just like what we were doing last week when we were saying 4 and 1 make 5. It's just a different way to write it down. You don't write any words, you just use the circles. 4 and 1 make 5. Okay, so we're going to do some more work with number bonds this week. This was just a little introduction to them. Okay, everybody, you can go ahead and put your blocks away now. Now we're going to do a couple pages in our math books, and then we'll do some story time. So you can put your blocks away. We're going to do some work in our math books, and then we're going to do some story time. Okay, we're going to do page 36. That's 3 and a 6. Page 36. 3 and a 6. All right, Elliot, you got your math book out? Wheeler, you have your math book out? Page 36. 3 and a 6. You got it, Adeline? Okay, let's see here. That first one, it looks like there's 2 kids and 2 red blocks. And then there's a group of 3 kids and 3 blue blocks. Page 36. Yes, Elliot. 2 and 3 make, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They make 5 altogether. 2 and 3 make 5 altogether. Elliot, get your math book out. Okay, and then I see 1 kid and 1 red block. I see a group of 4 over here and 4 blue blocks. And then our sentence says 1 and 4 make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, that's a different way to make 5. Look, 2 and 3 make 5. But so do 1 and 4. 1 and 4 also makes 5. There's 2 different ways to make a group of 5. Okay, Ellie, open up to page 36. Okay, we're going to go ahead and turn the page. I know we have 2 more to do down here, but you can do those later if you want to. I think that way is a little confusing. Okay, we're going to go ahead and look at page 37. Oh, I see some number bonds. I see number bonds. I see, let's see. This first one, I see 2 lions with manes. Those are the boy lions. And I see 3 lions without manes. Those are the boy lions.
Those are the dads. Those are the moms.
Yes. And then my number bond, I see the 2 red blocks and then 3 blue blocks. So a group of 2 and a group of 3 together. Well, how many lions would there be all together? Let's see, 2 and 3 make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 2 and 3 make 5. And then they wrote the numbers down here. These number bonds are exactly the same, right? This one is using blocks. This one's using numbers, but they're the same. Okay, we were just looking at that. Now we're going to do some of our own number bonds. We're going to do our own on page 38. Looks like we're going to do a number bond with chickens and then a number bond with ducks. All right, Ellie, you on page 38? I think you got to turn one more page. A 3 and an 8, page 38. Ellie, you want to get your pencil out and turn one more page to page 38? Let's get your pencil out, Elliot, and turn one more page to page 38. You found it. Good job, everybody. Thank you, Adeline, for helping. Okay, we're counting chickens, but we need to count the boy chickens and the girl chickens. Well, boy chickens are called roosters. They look like this. They've got those big old tails. Girl chickens are called hens, and they look like this. They don't quite have all that big old tail feathers. First, let's count the boy chickens first. Let's see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there were 5 roosters. 5 roosters. Did you write a number 5 in that first number bond? Did you find it, Wheeler? Good, and then one more page. You can just go do your work with us, Wheeler. Do one page. You don't have to. Just, okay. And then, how many girl chickens do we have? 1, 2. 2 girl chickens. Hens. Oh, so our number bond is 5 and 2. We have a group of 5 roosters and a group of 2 hens. We want to know how many chickens all together. Yeah, Elliot and Harrison say 7. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that makes 7. We have 5 roosters and 2 hens. That's 7 chickens all together. That's 7 chickens all together. What would happen if I counted my hens first? And I said 2 hens and 5 roosters. Would that still be 7 chickens?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would still be 7 chickens all together, right? Still 7 chickens all together. Elliot, did you do your writing? Did you write the numbers in there?
And the same thing.
Yeah, same thing with these ducks. So the boy ducks have the green heads. The girl ducks don't have the green head. So let's count the boy ducks first. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I see 4 boy ducks. And then Wheeler, how many girl ducks are there? Just the 1. Well, 4 and 1 make how many ducks all together, boys and girls?
5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. A group of 4 boy ducks and 1 girl duck makes 5 ducks all together. What would happen if I counted the girl ducks first? 1 girl duck and 4 boy ducks. Is that still the same? I still have 5 ducks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I still have 5 ducks all together. I still have 5 all together. Okay, I'm gonna come around and check, Elliot. Make sure you did your writing. Okay, kids at home, when you're done, you can put your math books away. We are gonna have just a little bit of time for story time. We don't have a whole lot of time for story time today, just like a minute or 2. So we'll have to be real fast. Okay. All right, everybody. We're going to go ahead and put our math books away. Good job, Colin. And let's clean up our desks. If you're in the classroom, go ahead and start packing up, getting ready to go home. So Elliot, those blocks go back in your bag. Get your bag out. Good. Okay. We're gonna check off math. We only have like a minute or two for story time. Not a lot of time for story time today. Sorry, y'all. So we are going to read maybe like a page or two in our Junie B. Jones book. And that's about it. I still have this one down here. Don't worry for it. Okay, Charles, you ready to clean up your math instruments? Wheeler, you ready to clean up? Harrison's ready. Elliot looks ready. Okay, Junie B. Jones, there's a monster under my bed. We're just gonna have time to read like a page. Sorry, y'all. We'll have more time tomorrow in the morning to read. Chapter 4 is called Spooky and Scary. Pretty soon, Mother came home from work. I zoomed to her speedy quick and handed her the broom. Mother, Mother, come on, let's go. Let's go see the monster, I hollered. Mother turned her head real slow and she looked at Grandma Miller. Grandma sucked in her cheeks. A monster, she said, kind of quiet, under the bed. We've been waiting for you to get home so you can bash its head in. I tugged on her sweater. Plus, tell her about the drool, Grandma, I said. But Grandma Miller headed to the door and she said the words, I'm out of here. I pulled on Mother's arm. Come on, Mother. The monster's really real because Polly Allen Puffer told me everybody has a monster under the bed. Plus, that Grace said it can turn invisible. And so that is how come we never saw the guy before. Mother sat down at the kitchen table. She lifted me on her lap. Then she said that Polly Allen Puffer was just trying to scare me. Plus, that Grace didn't know what she was talking about. There is no monster under your bed, Junie B. I promise. Monsters are not real. Yes, they are. They are too real. Because Polly Allen Puffer's brother even said so. And he is in 7th grade. And he said monsters crawl on your bed and they fit your head in their mouths. And so that is where the drool comes from. Because I'm not a drooler. Just then I heard the front door open. It was my daddy. He was home from work too. Daddy, there's a monster under my bed. Only you said monsters weren't real, but they really are. I pulled on his arm. Come on, Daddy, let's get him. Daddy looked at Mother a real long time. Okay, we're gonna have to stop there. I'm sorry we didn't have a lot of time for story time, but we'll read more in the morning. And then
It was 1 second.
We'll also read this one in the morning too, Ford, okay? All right, everybody, I had a good day with y'all. You got a lot of good work. Bye, Colin. Bye, Aya.
Yeah.
Catherine. Bye, Finn.
Bye.
See you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.
Bye.